Hi everyone. Today's story is about a young woman named Emma. She has an important job interview, the most important interview of her life. But this morning, everything goes wrong. Listen carefully, and let's find out if she makes it on time. It's 7:30 in the morning. Emma is in her apartment, and she is very nervous. Today, she has an interview for her dream job, a marketing position at a big company in the city center. She looks in the mirror and says to herself, "Okay, Emma, you can do this. Stay calm." She puts on her best blue suit, checks her resume one more time, and grabs her bag. Her interview is at 9 o'clock, and it takes about 40 minutes to get there. Perfect, she thinks. I have plenty of time. But then, disaster. Emma reaches for her coffee cup on the table, and her elbow hits it. The coffee falls right onto her white shirt. "Oh no! No, no, no," she shouts. She looks at the clock. It's already 20 minutes to 8. She has to change her shirt fast. She runs to her closet and finds another white shirt. She puts it on quickly, grabs her phone, and rushes out the door. Okay, she tells herself, I still have time. Don't panic. Emma walks to the bus stop, but when she checks the schedule, her heart sinks. The next bus is late, very late, because of roadwork on the main street. She waits and waits. 10 minutes pass. 15 minutes pass. Finally, the bus arrives, but it's already 8:15. On the bus, Emma tries to relax. She looks at her phone to check the interview address one more time. But suddenly, the screen goes black. Her phone is dead. "You've got to be kidding me," she whispers. She doesn't have the exact address anymore, and she can't call anyone. The bus is stuck in heavy traffic. Emma looks out the window, and her hands start to shake. She thinks, this can't be happening. Not today. At 8:40, she is still far from the office, and the bus isn't moving. Finally, Emma decides to get off the bus and find a taxi. She runs to the sidewalk and waves her hand. A taxi stops, and the driver asks, "Where to?" Emma says quickly, "I need to go to Grand Street, near the city center. Please hurry, I have an interview at 9. The driver says, "I'll do my best, but the traffic is bad today." During the ride, Emma tries to remember the exact office number. She remembers reading it on the email, but was it building 12 or building 20? She can't be sure without her phone. She decides, I'll ask someone when I get there. The taxi finally arrives at Grand Street at 8:55. Emma pays the driver quickly and says, "Thank you so much. Keep the change." She jumps out and runs toward the building. Her heart is pounding, and she can hardly breathe. She sees a security guard at the entrance and asks, "Excuse me, is this the building for Bright Media Company?" The guard says, "No, this is Building 12. Bright Media is in Building 20, just around the corner." Emma's stomach drops. She has to run further. She runs as fast as she can in her heels. She turns the corner and sees Building 20. She checks the time, 8:58. Only 2 minutes left. She pushes open the door and runs to the reception desk, completely out of breath. The receptionist looks up and asks, "Can I help you?" Emma says, breathing heavily, "Yes." "Emma Carter. I have an interview at 9 o'clock with Mr. Johnson." The receptionist smiles and says, "You're just in time. Please take a seat. Someone will call you in 1 minute." Emma sits down and tries to catch her breath. She looks at her shirt. Thankfully, no more coffee stains. She fixes her hair quickly with her hands. Just then, a man opens the office door and says, "Emma Carter, please come in." Emma stands up, takes a deep breath, and walks into the office with a smile. Mr. Johnson shakes her hand and says, "Good morning. Please sit down. Are you ready to begin?" Emma says, "Yes, I'm ready. Thank you for having me." Mr. Johnson asks the first question. "Tell me about yourself and why you want to work here." Emma smiles confidently and begins to speak. All the stress from the morning disappears. She talks about her experience, her skills, and her passion for marketing. The interview lasts 30 minutes. Emma answers every question clearly and confidently. At the end, Mr. Johnson smiles and says, "Thank you, Emma. You did very well today. We will contact you by the end of the week." Emma leaves the building and finally lets out a long breath. She walks outside, sits on a bench, and starts to laugh. She can't believe the morning she just had. Coffee on her shirt, a late bus, a dead phone, the wrong building, but she made it. She made it just in time. 3 days later, Emma's phone rings. She answers, "Hello." A voice on the other end says, "Hi, Emma. This is Mr. Johnson from Bright Media. We would like to offer you the position." Emma's eyes fill with tears of joy. She says, "Thank you so much. I'm so happy I accept." That evening, Emma calls her best friend and says, "You won't believe what happened to me this week." And she tells the whole crazy story: the coffee, the bus, the dead phone, the wrong building, and finally, the good news. And that's the end of today's story. Sometimes, the morning of a big day can be a disaster. But if you stay calm and keep trying, good things can still happen. If you understood most of this story, great job. Your English is improving every day. If some parts were difficult, watch the video again and try to repeat the sentences out loud. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next story. Bye for now.